From translation, Net New English Translation, this 159 day of the year, today we are reading passages, Job 24-28, Job chapter 24, verses 1 to 25. Why does the Almighty not set times for judgment? Why must those who know him look in vain for such days? Some move boundary markers, they steal flocks and pasture them. They drive away the donkeys belonging to the fatherless. They take the widow's ox as collateral. They push the needy off the path. The poor of the earth all hide themselves. Like wild donkeys in the desert, they scrounge for food in the wasteland as they search for a meal. In the fields they gather a second harvest for the poor, but they leave some for the wild donkeys. They spend the night naked, without clothing, shivering without cover in the cold. They are wet in the mountain rains and huddle in the caves for want of shelter. Some snatch fatherless children from the breast and take the baby of the poor as collateral. They go about naked without clothing. Hungry, they carry sheaves. They press olive oil within their walls. They tread winepresses and suffer thirst. From the city groans come out. The wounded cry for help, but God does not answer. There are those who rebel against the light. They do not recognize its ways or stay in its paths. The murderer rises at dawn to kill the poor and needy. At night he becomes a thief. The adulterer waits for twilight, saying, "No eye will see me," and he covers his face. In the dark they break into houses. They shut themselves up during the day. They do not know the light, for deep darkness is their morning. They make friends with the terrors of deep darkness. They are foam on the surface of the water. Their portion of the land is cursed. No one travels the road to their vineyards. As drought and heat consume the snow waters, so the grave consumes those who have sinned. The womb will forget them. The worm will find them sweet. They will no longer be remembered. The wicked will be broken like a tree. They mistreat the barren woman who cannot have children. They show no kindness to the widow. But God drags away the mighty by his power. He rises up, no one has any hope. God gives them rest in their time of prosperity, but in days of trouble they are in total despair. They are exalted for a moment, then gone. They are brought low, they are taken out of the way like all the others. They dry up like heads of grain. If it is not so, who will prove me a liar and show my words to be worthless? Job chapter 25, verses 1 to 6. Then Bildad the Shuhite replied, "Dominion and awe belong to God. He establishes peace in the heights. Can his forces be numbered? Upon whom does his light not shine? How can a mortal be righteous before God? How can one born of a woman be pure? If even the moon is not bright and the stars are not pure in his eyes, how much less mortal man, who is a maggot, and the son of man, who is a worm?" Job chapter 26, verses 1 to 28. Then Job replied, "How you have helped the powerless, how you have delivered the arm that has no strength. How you have advised the one without wisdom and given much insight to the one without knowledge. To whom have you spoken words? Whose spirit came from you? The shades tremble beneath the waters and those who live there. Sheol is naked before God. Abaddon has no covering. He stretches out the north over empty space. He suspends the earth over nothing. He binds up the waters in his thick clouds. Yet the cloud is not broken under them. He covers his throne with the waters. He marks the surface of his clouds with light. He has decreed for the rain a boundary that it may not transgress. So he remembers his commandment over the waters. Indeed, these are the mere edges of his ways. How faint is the thunder of his word after them. Who can understand the thunder of his power? Who can illuminate the spreading of his clouds? His canopy spreads over the tent he has built. Look, he scatters his lightning about. He covers the depths of the sea. By this the nations are shaken. By this the everlasting pillars are shattered. Indeed, he who makes the north blow and brings forth the south wind stirs up all these. The people are terrified at the sight. They are afraid of the raging of the sea. But when he is still, there is a calm. When he stirs up the waves, they are terrified. He makes the dawn appear. He appoints the night for darkness. He stirs up the deep, and its waves roar. His waves roar, their roar is heard. The people see the awesome works he does. Even the distant lands tremble at his presence. Lightning is scattered over the earth. The earth sees and shakes. The voice of his thunder tells about him. The livestock also, every valley of his, is terrified. Under the whole heaven he lets it go, his lightning to the corners of the earth. After this his voice roars. He thunders with his majestic voice, and he restrains not the storm when his voice resounds. God thunders with his voice wondrously. He does great things that we cannot comprehend, for he says to the snow, "Fall on the earth," and to the gentle rain and heavy rain of his strength. Then everyone stops his work. Humans, animals, and birds hide themselves from the storm. Job chapter 27, verses 1 to 23. Then Job continued his discourse. "As surely as God lives, who has taken away my right, and as surely as the Almighty lives, who has made my soul bitter, as long as I have life within me, and the breath of God is in my nostrils, my lips will not speak wickedness, and my tongue will not utter deceit. I will maintain my integrity. I will not let go of my integrity. I will not allow my heart to condemn me. I will be vindicated by my integrity. I will see God's face. I will see him with my own eyes, I, and not another. How long will you torment me and crush me with words? If indeed I have sinned, what have I done to you, O watcher over humanity? Why have you made me your target? If indeed I have sinned, what have I done to you? Why do you not pardon my transgression and forgive my sin? For I will maintain my integrity until I die. I will not let go of my integrity. I will maintain my righteousness and never let it go. My integrity will be my salvation, for I will not put him to shame. This is the portion of a wicked man from God, the heritage that oppressors receive from the Almighty. If his children are many, they are killed by the sword. His survivors do not have enough bread. Those who remain of him are buried by the plague. His widows do not weep. If he heaps up silver like dust and piles up clothing like clay, he may pile it up, but the righteous will wear it. The innocent will divide the silver. He builds his house like a moth's, like a booth that a watchman builds. He lies down rich but will not rise again. He opens his eyes and finds nothing. Terrors overtake him like water. A storm wind all night takes him away. The east wind lifts him up and he is gone. It sweeps him out of his place. It hurls itself against him without mercy. He flees from its power in terror. It claps its hands at him and hisses at him from its place. Job chapter 28, verses 1 to 28. Surely there is a mine for silver, and a place for gold that they refine. Iron is taken from the earth, and copper is smelted from ore. Miners put an end to darkness. They search out the farthest recesses for ore in the blackest darkness. They open shafts in a valley far from people. They are forgotten by travelers. They hang to and fro, men far from the rest. As for the earth, from it comes bread, but beneath it is turned up as by fire. Its stones are the source of sapphires, and it contains dust of gold. That path no bird of prey knows, and the falcon's eye has not seen it. The proud beasts have not trodden it, the lion has not passed over it. He puts his hand on the flint, he overturns the mountains by the roots. He cuts channels through the rocks, and his eye sees every precious thing. He dams up the streams from trickling. What is hidden he brings out to light. But where shall wisdom be found, and where is the place of understanding? Man does not know its value, nor is it found in the land of the living. The deep says, "It is not in me," and the sea says, "It is not with me." It cannot be bought for gold, nor can its price be weighed out in silver. It cannot be valued with the gold of Ophir, with the onyx or the sapphire. Gold and glass cannot equal it, nor can it be exchanged for jewels of fine gold. Coral and crystal are not worth mentioning. The price of wisdom is above rubies. The topaz of Ethiopia cannot compare with it. It cannot be valued with pure gold. From where then does wisdom come? And where is the place of understanding? It is hidden from the eyes of all living and concealed from the birds of the air. Abaddon and Death say, "We have heard a report of it with our ears." God understands its way, and he knows its place. For he looks to the ends of the earth and sees everything under the heavens. When he made a force for the wind and measured out the waters with a decree, when he made a statute for the rain and a path for the thunderstorm, then he looked at wisdom and appraised it. Then he established it and examined it. And he said to mankind, "Behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom, and to depart from evil is understanding."